Hey everyone, welcome to Moving Matt. We do vlogs, travel, and all things cameras. And this is Camera Wars, the show where we give you the latest camera news and let you know just how the battle is heating up. First up, the Atomos Ninja V is getting an update and a refresh. According to a press announcement, the Ninja V update will add H.265 codecs with up to 4K 60 10-bit 422. They will be adding the update for $99, and if you're interested, you can upgrade at myatomos.com. But that isn't the only or biggest Atomos news. There is also a new version of Atomos Ninja V called the Atomos Ninja V Plus, which to me should be called the Atomos Ninja V X because it cost 3 times as much. So what will you get for the extra money? Well, the biggest and most notable addition is the ability to record at up to 8K 30 ProRes RAW and up to 4K 120. Although the price tag is $1,500 and does sound rather expensive, if you think about the ability to take a Canon R5 and now have an 8K RAW machine for under $5,500, it makes the value seem pretty incredible. Now, no word on whether this will mean no overheating, but if being able to shoot 4K 60 virtually unlimited on the Ninja V is any indicator, then I'm guessing it will improve the situation. But Atomos isn't the only one preparing for 8K. According to a Canon Rumors CR3, which means they believe it is practically fact, Canon will be announcing a whole host of new 8K cinema cameras at NAB 2021 in October. First up, they will have the Canon Cinema EOS C300S. This will have a Super 35 sensor and be capable of shooting 8K at up to 60 frames per second, as well as 4K 120 in all modes. It will have a BCI stacked DGO sensor, have 16 stops of dynamic range in dual gain mode, have 10 millisecond readout in 8K DGO mode, so I'm guessing it will have minimal rolling shutter. And it will power all this with a dual-digit DV8 image processor. The next big cinema camera is the one we've all been waiting for. And by we, I mean anyone that can drop $15,000 plus on a camera. So not me, but I'm happy for the few wees out there that can afford it.
That doesn't make sense.
This camera will offer a full-frame sensor that shoots up to 8K 60 and 4K 120 and have pretty much all the camera capabilities of the C300S, but with the added sensor size, you will be able to get up to 17 stops of dynamic range. But wait, there's more. There is also an EOS C700DR. It will have a full-frame sensor that is able to shoot 4K 240 in fast mode and 4K 180 in WDR mode. What is WDR mode, you may be asking? Well, I'm assuming it stands for wide dynamic range because this will offer up to 20 plus stops of dynamic range, which is really just getting kind of ridiculous. The way things are progressing, it seems like there will be a day where you won't have to expose for the shadows or highlights. You will just have perfect exposure for both automatically. Now for me, these cameras are well beyond my budget, but usually the technology will trickle down to the smaller, more affordable cameras eventually. But what do you think about these future cinema cameras? Do they sound exciting to you? Will you actually be able to get one? Would you like to subscribe and help me get one? You can answer all that down below. Next up, it looks like we have a little more insight into the R3 Watch Me, Watch You autofocusing. The first patent shows the likely menu for the autofocusing and the options you will have. Most notably, you will have servo autofocus for being able to actually track moving subjects. So theoretically, I envision you being able to watch a moving subject such as a turtle and will be able to perfectly track it. Now, will this possibly work for faster subjects such as grandparents? We will just have to wait and see. The other part of the patent shows how this camera will set up its autofocusing calibration by having you look at different boxes on the screen. So basically, if you've played a first-person shooter, you will be very familiar with this process. I am personally very interested to see how this will turn out, and I really hope this actually works. And finally, Sony has registered yet another camera. Now personally, I hope this will be the Sony a7 IV because it is the camera that people ask me about the most, and I want people to get what they want. And more importantly, I have long predicted that it will be announced in May or June, and I really love being right. But if Sony alpha rumors are to be believed, which some people believe in fortune cookies, so why not, this will actually be the successor to the A6600. Now, they did not offer any specs, but they said it will probably have a sensor in the 30 megapixel range. The Anderson Cooper of camera news and man whose family is tragically being held hostage by Squarespace, Tony Northrup, believes that this camera will be marketed as a mini A1, have a very fast sensor, and shoot 4K 60, and possibly be named the A6900.
Yeah.
But what do you think this camera will be? Is it the long-awaited A7 IV or a new flagship APS-C camera? Drop in the comment section below and let me know. If you've liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and until next time, peace!